Esoteric Empress Serenity Soul Invictus. I'm here with a little topic. I did some videos earlier and I just read something in my studies and I'm a little infuriated. I'm a little not confused, but disturbed. I just finished making this, not just finished, but it's just finished. It's a newie. It's a unitite crystal. And this crystal is said now to be one of the most healing and compassionate stones. Like it's one of the things that are that's gonna help bring the most inner peace and harmony within yourself. Now, here's where I get into it. I actually am doing some research on the Christian perspective of crystals. What do they think about these things? Like, I just gave somebody one, and I should have given them it a long time ago. It's a very nice lapis pendant, and this person is a devout Christian. And so when I went into the definition, when I went into the detail of the stone and, its healing uses and properties, they kind of looked at me with a blank stare. And this is, trust me, this is a lovely person. This is not just a random person. This is somebody who is very, very kind-hearted, very warm, generous, totally generous, so, but at the same time, you could see that Christian aspect jumping out as I was explaining the stone to her. Not this stone, but the one that I gave her. And that led me to come home and kind of study, research a more biblical perspective of crystals and the usage of crystals. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of angry because I don't understand how you can give false power to something that already is bestowed with real power. Like, these are the things of the earth. These are definitely the things of God and Mother Earth, Father God, Mother Goddess, Gaia, How then? I know that a lot of people, they say, what I was reading, the article I was reading, I'm not going to say get into the specifics of that, but they mentioned that many people who practice the occult, mystics, magicians, witches, occultists, have used these stones. Now we know every time I go and research a new stone, I would find that it's been in use for this much thousands of years, used by the most like royalties and like soldiers and warriors, higher up people, a lot of the times, King Tut, all of these people, the pharaohs and stuff like that, use these stones for protection, for healing, the same purposes we use them for today, for their kind of transformative power, right? If something already has been blessed with that power, if something has already that inherent power, just as we have it in us, just as we have it, we are creations as well. So does that just automatically make it evil because people who choose to use it for selfish or distorted purposes, does that make the thing evil? Please, I would like to get into this. I would like for some comments. I would like a discussion about this. I'm probably not going to just stop it here. I'm going to come back with some more videos as I find out even more about this. I am convinced that these things just have natural power. They have natural abilities, I should say. I wouldn't say power, as much as I'd say abilities. And it's all about your intentions as well. If I am trying to say that Christians ought to not be so afraid of God's creations, of the creations of their creator, their one God. If they believe in the God, they believe in Jehovah God, they believe that, he created all of this. They believe in Christ Jesus, the light, the way, the truth, the way, and the light. They believe in all of this. I'm not saying that I'm against Christianity. I am just looking at this from a bigger picture, from a bigger, like I'm standing up on a mountaintop looking at this whole thing. that's happening. You ought not be afraid. Why are you so afraid? That's what I would like to know of the creations of God. The devil, people say, people who do the occult, they believe are of the devil, or a lot of them just mindlessly call them devil worshippers. A lot of them don't believe in the devil, okay, first and foremost. Secondly, why are you so afraid if you are faith filled, if you are sanctified and blessed, if you are saved and, on your way to redemption? Why are you so afraid of creation? That's just like if you go outside and pick up a rock and you say, oh, this rock, this has killed how many people, how many millions of dogs have this rock assaulted and killed? The blood shed on these rocks. I don't believe in rocks. It's the same thing to me. I just don't understand. Like, what would make a beautiful thing like this? Think about it. The Bible mentions crystals more than once. In the book of Revelations, I believe it's Revelations 21, it speaks about the new earth, the new Jerusalem, the new, being laid with streets of like precious and semi-precious gems, that it went into detail of the 12 gems. I mean, chalcedony, all of these sardonyx, all of these things, topaz, sapphire, all of these stones. Why would then, how is that, to me, that does not connect? That's where I get the confused kind of like, what? Like, I don't, I would like for somebody to actually connect that for me. Why, if then the Bible would speak of the New Jerusalem in terms of that quality, that the beauty, the mesmerization, yet on earth you guys fear crystals. On earth you guys stigmatize people that wear crystals. How is that? That makes no sense to me. But yet you would put up a Christmas tree just 2 months ago, a month and like a couple of days ago, you just had a pagan Christmas tree up in your house. But now you're going to like say this, the gems. I need to get into this with somebody. I just can't have this is too much for me to just bear on my soul by myself. Like, I would like to talk about this with somebody. I don't want to get into an argument, okay? I don't want to get into a big heated row. I want to maybe debate. I want to discuss this on a deeper level, so that perhaps we can come to a better understanding. Perhaps we can have better lives by learning that these things are here for our benefit. How is there anything evil about healing? How is there anything like, I'm wearing this lapis lazuli right here. I'm gonna say right here. I'm wearing this one that I created recently. The charm, the pendant, I created, but the stone is one of the most like sought after stones, it said, from like 4000 BC. The stone, the color of, they call it celestial blue, which means like heavenly blue, worn by royalty, a stone of wisdom and truth. What is evil about that? What could be dark, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. I know I'm saying that I know a lot. I know. I know. But I know. But obviously I want you to let me know. How do you know that? How would you say then, that's like, I talked about this in another video, that's like saying anything else that is healing on the earth is evil. You get what I'm saying? Like like my grandma, like a deck of cards, a regular deck of cards, not tarot cards, regular playing cards. If she saw that in our house, she'd kick you out. And this was a beautiful soul woman, but that shit scared her. Like, she's like, get them cards out of my freaking house. She's not, I know she's being reverent to God. She's saying, like, she wants no part of it. I get that. But then the air of fear is what is most dominant in that kind of action. Like you're not coming at it with intellect and education and knowledge. You're coming at it just based on like your emotional fear. That fear, like, I can't explain this, so get it away from me. That's what I sense from it. And that's why I want to get into this discussion with you guys. And as I am getting deeper into the sale, the creation of these beautiful jewels and sale of these jewels, I know that eventually this topic is going to come up for me. And this is in the Bahamas where I live. It's a Christian nation, and so I know eventually people who think they are well studied or well traveled and stuff like that, they will come at me with some kind of like uh, comeback, some kind of debate, like, okay, well, why, do you feel that these things have such power? Do you believe in a false power, or do you believe in real God, real power? I believe in I believe in God being in all, so everything actually has its own power. Of course, if you give something power, the more you give it power, the more power it has, right? But at the same time, these things I've seen, sometimes I just sit down and it's just like lighting sage. It's just like, that's why I guess Christians are afraid of that too. They do the most pagan things, but then they fear nature. This is just nature, man. So I know I'm going to get into it eventually with somebody, and I have to have an educated response. I have to have a conscious, uh, not so much personal, because they kind of hate that when you come at it from a personal thing. They think it's like, oh yeah, well, see, now you're just doing it to be selfish. That's why it's wrong. It's wrong. So I can't come at it from that approach. I have to come at it with an educated, conscious response to say why this is not a bad thing. These are not bad things. You noticed around the world, I worked at a jewelry store, and people came from all around the world seeking these stones. Not so much this one, but like, let's just say our store sold things like emeralds was the main stone sold there. And if you guys, I don't know, this is YouTube, so you guys may know the store in the Bahamas that is known for emeralds. And sapphire was sold. Of course, they had diamonds, you know, yellow diamond, all of that. People came from all walks of life seeking these things. So tell me something, like, why is it just that black people sometimes are so, I'm needing the right word right now. Is it prejudice? Is it skeptical, or is it so afraid? What is it about us? Because most of these people were of different ethnicities who came. I mean, looking, these weren't, typically my people. Okay, you know what I mean. So it's a lot of questions coming up in my mind, and now that I'm trying to seek more truth, I'm trying to find the answers for these questions, because I need to be not only, find the truth within myself, but the truth outside of myself, what's going on around me every day. I need to make sense of that. So that's what I'm saying. Let's get into this. Somebody please comment with an educated response about what I just said or what I just asked. And so what I'm asking is why these same people, they believe in their prescription medication. They believe that it's going to save their lives, it's going to heal them. When medication most of the time is only to suppress a symptom or symptoms of an illness that is deeper, and you have to discover what that illness is. So if you believe in your pressure pills, if you believe in your heart pills, if you believe in CoQ10 and like if you believe in these things having healing powers, why won't you believe in crystals? You don't have to ingest a crystal. It's being in your presence is enough. Why won't you believe in that instead of something that's poisoning your body and causing you more harm than good? You see what I'm saying? That's where the discrepancy comes in my mind. Because You're still putting power into something of the earth. Crystals are grown from the earth. We know the earth grows life. The earth grows everything that is for our nutrition, for our healing, for our benefit, for our, good. It's there at our disposal to use. So then, what would make using a crystal for healing or for positive energy? There's no crystal that I have seen or heard about or read about that says it is evil, that says it controls your power, it doesn't do that. Crystals are for your good use. And so that's the part where I have the big question. What is so wrong in that way with a crystal or with crystals? Like I said before, people use things, people have been, look at, if you watch a commercial and you see all the side effects of a particular medication, no matter how simple it is, it has side effects. These things are compound mixes of chemicals, of things. Of course, they're from the earth. A lot synthetic, a lot are man-made. So tell me the sense in that then. Tell me, I'm trying to figure that out. And that's where I pose the question. Everything, like the Apostle Paul said, is here for us to use. Not all things are beneficial, but all things are here for our use. It's our minds that makes a thing good or evil. It's our intentions, what we're trying to do with it. And so obviously healing crystals, what could be a bad intention of that? You see what I'm saying? That's just for good, for the good of yourself, for the good of someone else. Hit like on this video if you are feeling me, and subscribe to my channel because we're going to have a lot of juicy topics to talk about. So I'm going to be back. I'm going to keep checking this thing. I'm waiting for an answer. Until next time, peace, love, guys. Blessed be. Namaste. Till I come back. See ya.